Hey Star Fam, thanks for tuning in. We're here again today for another quick energy check-in using the Tarot deck. Alright, so getting right into it. I do hope you are all keeping well. This is just going to be a quick general reading to see if we can get a bit of a snapshot to see what the energies are like around my Star Fam. This is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everyone. If not to worry, I've got plenty of other readings posted in my video library. Feel free to have a look through them. I'm sure you'll find something that will resonate with you. Now, the first card we have out is Death. Ooh, just kidding, guys. It's not as ominous as it seems. Major Arcana card. You could very well be Scorpio, although not necessarily. But Death is the card representing Scorpio. But this is about endings and transformations. Big changes, basically. You know, there's also kind of themes about rebirth as well, too, with the sun rising in the background. You know, but again, usually when the Death card comes out, you are experiencing major changes in your lives. This could be a move, like a permanent move, again, because Death is a journey. So you can see Death is on the back of their horse here. You know, and plus we've got in the background we have this ship that is, I'm guessing that's the river Styx. You know, and that's, you know, the ship that brings you on your final journey to the afterlife. Again, not saying that you or anyone around you is literally going to pass, although if that is the case, I am extremely sorry for your loss. You have my sincerest condolences, but in general, this is not usually about an actual physical death, more as this is just a really big life change. Like, for example, getting married is a massive life change. Having kids, you know, when you become a parent, that changes your life massively, you know, and that's a forever change. You know what I mean? So it's something like that. Or again, as I mentioned, you could be moving, you know, doing a permanent move. So maybe you've like quit your last job, you know, you're leaving your home, you're leaving your apartment, whatever, you're leaving the place where you grew up, and now you're, you know, making that permanent move, maybe to another city, another state, another country. You know what I mean? So it's just, the Death card is about big changes. Big changes are afoot, okay? Oh, all right. This could be an end of something as well. This could be a breakup. This could be, again, you quitting a job. You know, but the point is there is massive changes going on. And it's usually the ending of something, you know, with the hopes of the beginning of something else. Kind of like the World card in the sense of an ending / a new beginning, but not necessarily. But you know what I mean. Right, so, yeah, the next card out we have is the Two of Cups. Now, this is a union, a relationship. You know, you could be a water sign again because Scorpio being a water sign, and then the Suit of Cups, water signs. So that is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but again, not necessarily. So, I mean, this could be the end of a relationship. This could be the end of a relationship in order to begin another one. Okay. Or this could be a change in your relationship. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information on this, because I want to see if this actually is a breakup. Because it might be, or again, it might not be. It might be you moving from one place, again, ending one relationship or one situation in order to be with somebody that you like. So you could be ending a relationship to enter another one. You know, you could be like quitting a job for your relationship. You know what I mean? You could be moving to be closer to the person that you love. You know what I mean? But there's like a major life change and then your relationship right next to it. Now, again, this could be the end of a relationship, but let's see. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Because again, it could just be that your relationship is going through massive, massive changes. Or again, you're traveling, you're ending a job to be with somebody, you're ending a prior relationship to be with somebody else. But let's see. You could be a Scorpio going into a relationship. A relationship with a Scorpio. Let's see if we can get a little bit more context before I really start freaking you guys out. Right. You tell. Okay. So the next cards to flip out we have are. Hang on, I'm gonna hang on to that one for a second. So the Devil. Let me see. The Devil. The Three of Swords. The Six of Cups. And then the Three of Wands. It's got 2 threes. Hang on a second. Let me just arrange these so you can see. All right. So we've got 2 major arcanas. We've got both the Death and the Devil. So yeah, this could be arguments. I'm starting to feel like this maybe was a breakup. Right? Because we've got the Death, we've got the Devil, and we've got the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is about heartache, sadness, sorrow, disappointment. You know, and we have the Devil here. So this could very well have been a toxic relationship. With the Devil being about bad habits, could have been a codependent relationship. It's about temptation. You know, you could have been dealing with a devil in your life, you know. Could have been dealing with a Capricorn. Again, Capricorn represents, the Devil card represents Capricorn, but again, not necessarily. Okay, so you could be a Scorpio Capricorn couple. Again, not necessarily. But yeah, also the Devil is about like habits, temptations, you know what I mean? It could have been a toxic relationship. You know, I feel like this was one of those really highly passionate relationships, but it was quite unstable. You know what I mean? Like you're in one of those volatile relationships where maybe it's super passionate and, you know, the loving is fantastic. You know what I mean? Like the bedroom fun is like amazing, but like when you guys fight, it's really, really nasty. You know, but when you make up, it's like really hot, you know, and it might have been that kind of like toxic cycle kind of relationship. Some of you could have been dealing with like false flames, you know. Because I get the feeling like this Devil has been the cause of some heartache. I mean, this really does look like, you know, some kind of toxic relationship that just had to come to an end. You know? And then we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is about memories and nostalgia. You know, so you could be feeling a little bit sentimental, you know, especially if you're still very much feeling this Three of Swords energy where, you know, you're still, I guess I want to say, in mourning of this relationship. I mean, again, this could just be the general heartache of, you know, this toxic relationship, because on the one hand, you know, yeah, this person, when you guys argue, it's, you know, it's horrible. And you guys can get into some really nasty fights, you know? And so it's like your heart breaks when you guys are arguing, but like your heart breaks as well when you guys aren't together. But at the same time, it's like you kind of wish that this person would just be a better person, but like you know that they're never going to change. You know what I mean? It's like one of those types of peoples. They don't necessarily have to be like a full-on narcissist, but I kind of feel like it was one of those like highly passionate but really volatile relationships. You know what I mean? Where you guys just really argued a lot, and I'm seeing like a lot of screaming at the top of your lungs, and maybe like, you know, throwing vases at each other, and you know what I mean? But like, as soon as you guys are done arguing, it's like, boom, you guys are making out again. You know what I mean? It's like one of those kinds of like crazy mad love type of things, you know, where they're highly passionate but they're also kind of really toxic at the same time, you know. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe, you know, you're still upset obviously about you know, this person no longer being in your life and ending out this union that you know, is really quite passionate, because we do have the suit of wands out, and the wands again are, you know, they're fiery, they're passionate. And again, not to mention the devil card with like the two, that's, you know, with the two of cups like that represents some like, you know, really steamy nights, so to speak. You know, you guys might have been into some like BDSM type of stuff, a bit of S&M, you know what I mean? But it just at some point it's not, it's like it's not just physical bedroom BDSM, it's almost like it was also emotional BDSM, you know what I mean? And so while it was a really highly passionate relationship, I feel like it was also like really toxic at the same time. But you know, it's that kind of again, the devil is about temptations and addictions and habits, and it's like, you know, almost like you know, every time you guys would hook up, it was addictive, you know what I mean? It's very easy to get addicted to that kind of pleasure, but unfortunately I feel like that this was also quite toxic, you know. But I kind of get the feeling that some of you are very much like still in your heads and hearts about this. I mean, you know deep down that it couldn't last. You know deep down that there's no way that you guys would have been able to make it work, would have made a marriage work. You know, there's no way that this person would have been a good parent. You know what I mean? It's like, this is somebody, I kind of feel like you were dating like the bad boy type or the bad girl type. You know what I mean? And it could very well have been that, you know, the bad boy met the bad girl, you know, and so you got like two, I want to say like alpha type personalities. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why you guys were always clashing and fighting, you know? I just feel like this relationship is really highly passionate, highly addictive, highly volatile. But yeah, it was just, yeah, that passion was really, really, you know, seductive, you know? But alas, I kind of feel like it's had to come to an end, you know? But some of you might still be in your heads about this, you know? Again, as I mentioned, the Six of Cups being about nostalgia. So on the one hand, I feel like this is kind of the double-edged sword, one of these double-edged swords, because it's like you're looking back on this relationship fondly, fondly, in the sense that, you know, when times were great, they were fantastic. You know, it was so much excitement. And I feel like you miss that excitement, but at the same time, you're kind of looking back and just, you know, wishing that this person could have, you know, been better. Just, you know, not so toxic. You know what I mean? It's like you wish that you wish that you could have like everything about this person except for either something about their toxicity. Either there might have been a drug addiction, or just, again, maybe they were really quick to anger, or whatever issue that it was. You just wish that issue wasn't there, you know? And it's like part of you just wish that this person could have been the person that you wanted them to be, and that you guys could have made it work. Like this person was just a little bit too volatile, a little bit too wild. You know what I mean? It's almost like you kind of wish you had that balance. As you can see, you've got the caduceus in the background, you know? And that's representative of like Kundalini rising. You know what I mean? So it's like you guys very much had this like passionate union. For those of you who don't know about Kundalini, definitely research the chakras. I don't want to go too deep into it. If you want me to, I could make a whole video about it. But this is something, it's like a mind-body connection. And it's, I believe it's part of either Kama Sutra or Tantra. You know what I mean? But it's when you do like a level of sex magic, or you know what I mean? When your union is like spiritual, and it's like both the energies within your and both of your energy bodies like awakening and really intertwining. You know what I mean? So I get the feeling that there was some level of like a magic, even if you guys weren't technically doing it properly or even realizing that that's what you were doing. You know what I mean? It's like I could definitely feel the steaminess and the heat of you guys' union. But it's like there's something that was just missing, or something that just wasn't working. There was just some kind of toxic energy about this union, that has just gotten to the point where it's just, you just can't anymore. You just can't. Because it's unhealthy. Maybe you're just sick of the fighting. You're sick of the heartache. The jealousy. Maybe you guys like to play games and make each other jealous. And you know what I mean? I just feel like a relationship that's really, really volatile. Maybe codependent as well, and I just feel like you're just addicted to the heat, addicted to the passion. You know what I mean? And I get the feeling that this is... It's almost like you feel like this relationship could have been perfect, and this union would have been perfect, and you would have had that perfect spiritual union if this other person's heart was balanced, if this other person's heart wasn't broken. I get the feeling that there was some deep-seated heartbreak with this person, this other person. It's good, taking it as it resonates, whoever side it's on. I get the feeling it might be both of you, kind of, again, because again, it takes two to tango, and there was a reason why you were so attracted to this person. I just feel like this person was so magnetic, like that, that like, there's almost like this dark magic about them. You might very well have been dealing with a Scorpio. This definitely is feeling very scorpionic as far as, the magic and the passion and, I don't want to say pseudo-spirituality, because I feel like it was actually spiritual, but again, because they were coming from a place where their heart wasn't light, so to speak, it poisoned the well, and so while this could have been something beautiful and loving and passionate, it was unfortunately flawed in its passion, and it made this passion toxic. And it's like that element of danger on the one hand is what made it so appealing, but on the other hand, that's also what makes it so toxic and, not feasible for the long term. You know what I mean? Because I do get the feeling that you are looking for something long term. We've got the Three of Wands here, and this is somebody who's, looking to their future. They're looking out into the distance. It's like taking those first steps out after you've made your plans. Finally, those first steps on your journey, and it's like a journey into your future, right? Again, we've got more ships in the background, and again, this could be waiting for your ships to come in as much as it is you taking the first steps on your journey. You know what I mean? So again, we've kind of got another idea of travel, So this could be a move. You could have actually had to move, to get away from this person, to get away from this relationship. But if it's not a physical move, it could be just an emotional move, because again, we're moving via water here. We got the ships And again, waters being about emotions. So I feel like this is something that this is an ending that was necessary for what was best for you and your emotions. You know what I mean? It feels like you finally have come to terms with the fact that this person, as great as, the fun was, and as passionate as it was, and as much as you wish this person's heart was more balanced, like I kind of get this feeling this person has got a bit of issues. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, if it's just distrust for the opposite gender or just, I don't know, whatever their issues was, it's like I see you kind of wishing that, they didn't have those issues, but you just having to let it go and walk away from it because you know that it's not going to change. So some of you still might be in this Three of Swords, Six of Cups energy where, you're still upset about the loss and still wishing that things could have been better, maybe reminiscing about the good times. But I mean, I also get the kind of feeling that it's when you do think about the good times, it's like for every good times, there's always a bad time that crops up, that reminds you that, oh, no. This was the right decision. No. You know what I mean? It's like every time you start to think, oh man, I really miss so-and-so because, man, remember that time that and then it's like, yeah. And then they went and ruined it by da-da-da-da-da, And then they broke your heart by da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And I kind of get the feeling that, part of you does miss this person, but it's like you miss, like, who this person could have been and what could have been. Like, if only this person would sort through whatever issues, baggage, emotional baggage, spiritual baggage that they have. You know what I mean? I'm going to see what this card was that flipped out. Yeah, you see the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, another major arcana card, right? The High Priestess is somebody who goes within and seeks the wisdom within. This is somebody who is very in touch with spirit, very in touch with her subconscious, very in touch with her spirit, somebody who's very knowledgeable in the secrets of the occult. So where like the Hierophant is more of like your more traditional organized religion, the High Priestess, she's more master of things like the Kabbalah, more the mystical side of religion. She's more interested in like the mysteries of the ancient Egyptians. You know what I mean? She's more interested in the mysteries of like principles of magic if you're a Wiccan. You know what I mean? She's more into that kind of like searching for the magic. Like this is somebody who's very much into like the keys of Solomon, and the secrets of the Goetia. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of mysteries. But at the same time, the High Priestess, she's somebody who keeps secrets. Because again, where the Hierophant or even the Hermit, once they've gone within, they will go out and preach their knowledge. The High Priestess, she keeps her mysteries, she keeps her secrets. You know what I mean? So I kind of get the feeling that this is you silently acknowledging to yourself, or just knowing, that this wasn't meant to last. You know what I mean? And this is you like knowing what's best for you and I kind of get the feeling that like for this is some kind of like inner empowerment, It's like you got that spiritual empowerment to know that you had to walk away from this relationship. You know what I mean? Hang on a second, bear with me, because I'm getting quite a few things. Again, somebody who is quite versed in the occult, I kind of get the feeling that both of you might have been into like some spiritual things. Again, coming back to what I said about the whole Kundalini thing, You know what I mean? So maybe one or both of you were aware of it. I get the feeling that at least one of you was aware, about sex magic and all of that. So maybe one of you was aware and the other one was open-minded, or you know what I mean? But I kind of get it's the feeling of like you were at least partially aware of what you guys were doing when you guys were coming into union. As far as that kind of energetic magic. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you kind of knew sort of what you were doing, but you didn't 100% understand what you were doing. You know what I mean? Or at least you weren't fully aware at the time of the ramifications, what the ramifications would be of what you were doing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But again, I get the feeling that this high priestess always, maybe not always, but deep down, this high priestess kind of just got to a point where it's like, again, you knew that this person isn't ever going to be the person that you would want them to be. You know what I mean? Like, as much as this person might have come across as your true divine counterpart, you know that deep down that they weren't. They were just too toxic, too volatile, and there just wasn't enough consistent love. You know what I mean? Like, I get the feeling that this was the kind of love is pain, love hurts. It was that kind of crazy, passionate, really toxic, but really like addictive, but really painful love, And it's like, as fantastic as these unions were, when you did have your moment of unions, it's like this high priestess always deep down knew that this wasn't the person to do it with. You know what I mean? It was just something too dark. Like there was too much hurt with this person. Oh my God, I just got like an image of Anakin Skywalker. You know what I mean? Like this person that you were with, this toxic individual that you were with, it's like they had the potential, and they've got such amazing power and such great spiritual power. I feel like they've got natural spiritual powers that they don't, I feel like they're kind of aware of their powers, but they aren't sure. It's like this person is somebody who might be skeptical that these things really exist, but they might like the idea, but not 100% believe, even though they themselves kind of take part in the union magic that they do. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of get the feeling that it's like, even though they subconsciously do the magic, it's like part of them doesn't want to acknowledge it, or like they just take it with like a big grain of salt and just think that it's part of the role play, but they don't really fully take it seriously, even though they clearly have an ability. They could be lying to themselves about it, or it's something that they just don't acknowledge or don't want to believe in. And based on not only that, but just like their previous hurts, I feel like they've got some anger. They've been hurt a lot in their past, and there's a lot of anger and resentment, hence why I'm kind of feeling very Anakin Skywalker. You know what I mean? So it's like this person does have like the power and the usage of the Force, but it's like, what are they using it for? And it's like, as much as you love this person and care about them, it's like it's just gotten to a point where they're too toxic, or it's just gotten way too out of control. It's like your heart can't take it anymore. You can't take the volatility. You know what I mean? And as amazing and passionate as it is, it's like, I can't live like this, with the constant ups and downs and like walking on eggshells. And is today going to be a good day? Is today going to be a bad day? Are we going to fight like cats and dogs? Or, are we going to be in bed naked the whole day and just, enjoying each other's pleasures? You know what I mean? And it was I kind of get the feeling that it was that kind of relationship, but it's yeah, is having to come to an end, you know? And again, we got the Three of Wands and the High Priestess, and it's like they're looking at each other, you know? It's like, you know. And I kind of get the feeling that this is finally you acknowledging it within yourself, you know? You know that it's time. You know that it's time to put some distance between yourself and this person. You know it's time for you to move on. You know it's time for things to end. You know this person isn't ever going to be the person that you want them to be. You know they're never going to heal their hurts. You know, and become a more balanced individual, you know? And so I kind of feel like this is you. As much as you hate to have to, you know, move on, it's like deep down inside, you're finally acknowledging that, yeah, it's time. I've got to do this. You know, it's acknowledging within yourself, within yourselves. Right. I mean, for those of you going through this, I am really sorry, guys. I know breakups aren't ever really easy or fun. But you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to do what's best for you. You know, and I kind of get the feeling that if this person isn't going to treat your heart right, you know, then you got to move on and find that person who will treat you right and do right by you, you know? Again, we've got 2 threes, so this person could have cheated on you a number of times, you know? They could have cheated you at least 2 or 3, cheated on you 2 or 3 times, and it's like, this is the last time now, you can't take it anymore. You know, because we've got repeating 3s, and we've also got repeating 2s. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could have been this person stepped out on the relationship and just started seeing other people behind your back. Oh my God, was this person like a sex addict? I don't know, it kind of seems like, for some of you, it could have been the case. Oh man. But yeah, I definitely feel like you just had enough. Like, as great and as passionate as this was, and as great as the coupling was, it's just, you know, it's time to move on. See at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you see the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords is about, like, could be about theft. Literally, this person is stealing these swords from out of this camp. You know, so this could be theft, lies, deceit, you know, working in secret plots, you know. This could be also somebody who is in a situation they really don't want to be in, so it's like they're just kind of literally running out, and carrying whatever they can manage and whatever they need to leave behind. I mean, so be it. You know what I mean? But they're just out of there, right? So I definitely get the feeling that, I mean, again, this could be, as I mentioned before, this other person cheating on you for the last time. You know? It's like, this is it. I can't with you. You know what I mean? So it's like this person maybe cheated on you, stepped out on the relationship for the last time. You know, and you're just like, I've had enough, time to end this. You know, and this could very well be your energy as well, you know. Again, those 2 swords in the ground in the distance, it could have been twice that they cheated on you, you know. And this is, you know, you're just like, forget it. I'm out of here. You know, I'm just going to take my crap and I'm out of here. Just hastily packing your bags, taking what you can and just getting out of there because you just had enough. You know what I mean? So it's like, you've had enough of their sneaky behavior and you want to, you know, leave. You've had enough of them cheating on you. I feel like it's at least twice. They've at least cheated on you twice, okay? And it's like, you've had enough of it. Because again, yeah, we've got 2 swords here on the ground, and then we've got like 2 swords here in one hand, and then 3 swords in another, right? So I kind of get the feeling that, you know, we've got the 2 pairs twice. So it's like, I kind of get the feeling that, yeah, they cheated on you twice, probably more than that, not gonna lie. But of course, they're not going to tell you. Again, the high priest is being secretive, so that could be them keeping those secrets from you, or at least trying to keep those secrets from you, but of course you'd find out. But you know what I mean? I definitely get the feeling that this is just such a toxic relationship. Highly passionate, absolutely. The union was just off the walls. You know what I mean? And I get the feeling that that's basically what kept you there for as long as it did, was just because when you guys hooked up, it was just mwah, bomb. You know what I mean? But alas, you know, if they're at the end of the day a toxic individual, you know, you gotta look out for you, you know? Look out for your best interest and do what's right for you, you know? And really, really just realize that within yourself, that it's just time to move on, really. You know, time to start looking elsewhere. All right, guys. Wow. What a situation. What a relationship, you guys. Now, before I go, I am going to grab a card from the You Got This deck. See if we can get in any words of inspiration, words of encouragement, words of advice with regards to the spread. So, please, can we get some words of wisdom, words of inspiration, words of advice with regards to the spread? Yeah, honestly, guys, I feel like you probably only found out about them cheating on you twice, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that it was more than that. It was more than that. All right. I'm actually going to take this one. Okay, so this says, enjoy being yourself and you'll feel no need to copy others. Okay, so, I mean, beyond the whole no need to copy others, I get the feeling that, again, enjoy being yourself. Enjoy being yourself. Don't worry, you will find a better relationship, because I kind of get that with the whole you'll feel no need to copy others. I kind of get the feeling that some of you are like, oh, when am I ever going to how am I ever going to find somebody like this person? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you've got that mindset that you're never going to find anybody who's going to like blow your mind away, like in bed, like this person did, you know, you're obviously not going to find them. It's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know what I mean? And I kind of get the feeling of no need to copy others. It's like some of you might be tempted to try to go out to find a relationship just like this one, except, you know, where the person's like of better mental mental health or emotional health. You know what I mean? So just beware that when you guys go out and start looking for love again, that you're not looking to replace this person, or you're not like specifically looking for somebody just like this person. You know what I mean? Because I get the feeling that, one, you might just find yourself in another toxic relationship. You know what I mean? And two, I feel like that's gonna really narrow down your chances of actually finding a healthy version of this person. You know what I mean? And for those of you who are worried that you're never ever going to have such mind-blowingly amazing sex again in your life, you know, don't worry. You will find somebody who will meet all your needs, you know, and then some. Somebody who's actually going to be able to provide that love and the stability alongside the amazing romps in the hay. You know what I mean? But definitely, like, enjoy being yourself, and don't feel like you need to copy this relationship. You know? You know? I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain to you here. Like, please don't go trying to look for another carbon copy of this person, because again, you just might find it and they just might be just as toxic, maybe even worse. You know what I mean? Especially if, you're really, especially if this is somebody that you wouldn't normally have dated, you know? Or again, I just kind of get the feeling that this person was like, part of their appeal is they were like either the bad boy or the bad girl. You know what I mean? And it's like, sure, those types of people are fun to date, short term, but any like lasting commitment, meaningful, deep connections, you know what I mean? Like marriage, anything that you'd have to be like responsible and being a responsible adult about, this isn't that person's cup of tea. You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe you need to stop don't look for another bad boy, or a bad girl. There are plenty of, how can I say, I don't want to say good boys, good girls. You know what I mean? But there are plenty of other people who you can have just as amazingly, mind-blowingly fantastic, great sex with, that aren't going to be like proper bastards to you. You know what I mean? So again, just beware. Just enjoy being yourself. Just take some time. Be yourself. Don't worry about it. I feel like part of you still has a little bit of healing to do, maybe. To get over this person just a little bit, especially if you're still kind of reminiscing about them. You know what I mean? But definitely look to the future. Yeah, just be yourself and try not to copy this relationship exactly, okay? We want what this person could provide you, but better, okay? So please be on the lookout for better. Don't try to, copy this relationship 100%. Unless you want to go through the cycle of not learning your lesson and having your heart broken, in which case, that's totally up to you too. All right, guys, I think I am going to leave this here. I hope this resonated. I hope it helped bring you a little bit of clarity to the situation. If you liked this spread, please be sure to like and subscribe so you can join the Soul Tribe. And as always, wishing you guys a copacetic Earth experience.